This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to another 10-minute sewing projects video. These sewing projects are perfect for using up scrap fabrics and some of that awkward leftover fabric from a dressmaking project. And I have a number of these 10-minute sewing project videos up on my channel already, so I'll leave the entire playlist down in the description below if you need any more quick and easy sewing project ideas. So let's get into it. First up, let's make this adorable eye mask. For this project, you'll need a main and contrasting fabric, some elastic, and some thin wadding for the inside. I'm just using some acrylic felt for mine. You'll also need to print out my free template, which you can find a link to in the description of this video. Start by cutting out the eye mask template in your main fabric, contrasting fabric, and felt or wadding. Also, cut a length of elastic that fits comfortably around the back of your head. Place the elastic onto the right side of your main fabric, and then with right sides together, place the contrasting fabric on top, and then place the wadding on top of that. Pin all the layers together, making sure that the ends of the elastic sit nicely at the sides of the mask. Stitch around the mask, leaving a small opening at the top like this. Trim away the excess fabric, and then turn the mask inside out using the small opening at the top, making sure to turn it so that the wadding is on the inside of the mask. Use something like a knitting needle to push all of the curves out nicely. Fold and tuck the opening to the inside of the mask and press it in place. And lastly, top stitch around the entire mask, making sure to stitch the opening closed as you sew. And your eye mask is complete. The contrasting fabric makes it reversible so that you can wear it either way you like. Next, let's make this cute tie-up tote bag. In your choice of fabric, cut out two rectangles that are approximately 50 by 45 centimeters or 19.5 by 17.5 inches, and two rectangles that are 70 by 15 centimeters or 27.5 by 6 inches. So all up, you should have the following pieces. Take the two longer rectangles and fold and press one of the shorter ends in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch. Then do the same for the two longer edges. Next, fold and press the rectangle in half, enclosing all of the raw edges inside. The other shorter end can be left as it is, as it will be stitched into the tote bag later. These will be the bag straps. Top stitch along the entire strap, sewing the folded edge down as you stitch. Next, with right sides together, stitch the two larger rectangles together like this. Then overlock or zigzag stitch the raw edges to prevent them from fraying. Next, fold the bottom corners into a point and stitch approximately 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches from the point. This step creates a fold at the bottom of the bag to make it a little bit roomier and to be able to carry bulkier items. Next, hem the top edge of the bag by folding and pressing in about 2.5 centimeters or an inch twice. Then take the straps we made before and tuck them into the hemmed edge, placing one strap at each side. Stitch the hem in place with 2 rows of stitching, securing the straps in place as you sew. Then simply tie the 2 straps together in a bow, and your tie-up tote bag is complete. Let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and run your business. Whether you're looking to create a website or an online store, there are so many beautiful Squarespace templates to choose from. I'm sure you'll find the perfect one for you. Each template is completely customizable to suit your brand and style, and you can change anything from the font or the color to the complete layout of the design with just a few clicks, no coding needed. And I personally love just how easy Squarespace makes it to add new things to my website, whether it be a new product or a video, with just a few clicks. The drag and drop elements are so easy to navigate, and I remember when I sat down to create my website back in 2016, it only took me an afternoon to create my website and get it to a point where I was happy with it and ready to launch. If you'd like to create a beautiful online presence of your own, then head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch your new website, head to squarespace.com/Rosery Apparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Next, let me show you how to make these cute envelope clutches. Again, for this project, you will need to download and print the free template I've made just for this video. Start by cutting the template in a main and lining fabric. I'm using some lightweight fabric for mine, but you could use a heavier fabric or some interfacing to make a more structured clutch if you like. With right sides together, place the main fabric onto the lining fabric and stitch around the entire edge, leaving a small opening along the bottom edge like this. Trim away the excess fabric and turn the clutch inside out using the small opening. Then use something like a knitting needle to poke all of the points of the clutch out nicely. Fold and tuck the opening to the inside and press in place. Then top stitch along the bottom edge, sewing the opening closed as you stitch. Next, fold the bottom edge of the clutch up by about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches. And stitch around the entire clutch, securing the folded edge in place like this. Lastly, hand stitch a snap fastener onto the clutch and your cute envelope clutch is complete. I find that it perfectly fits my phone, keys and other essentials if I don't want to take my whole bag when I'm out and about. Next, let's make these cute hair bows. In your fabric of choice, cut 2 rectangles that are approximately 10 by 15 centimeters or 4 by 6 inches, and 1 rectangle that's approximately 5 by 40 centimeters or 2 by 15 3/4 inches. With right sides together, stitch the 2 rectangles together, leaving a small opening like this. Trim the excess fabric away and turn the rectangle right side out through the small opening, again using something like a knitting needle to poke the corners of the rectangle out nicely. Fold and tuck the opening to the inside and press in place. Top stitch along the edges of the rectangle, stitching the opening closed as you sew. Next, take the longer rectangle and press the raw edges in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch. Then fold the rectangle in half, enclosing all of the raw edges on the inside. Top stitch along the entire rectangle, securing the folded edges in place as you sew. Next, take the other rectangle we made before and fold it up like a fan and press the folds in place. Then take the longer rectangle and fold it in half on a bit of an angle, and then place the fanned rectangle at the folded point and stitch it in place like this. Once in place, press out the fanned rectangle to create an adorable bow. Simply slide an alligator clip into the back of the bow to be able to attach it to your hair. And lastly, let me show you how to make an ironing board cover. My beloved polka dot ironing board cover has completely worn out, so it was time for me to make myself a new one. I start by taking off the old cover and remove the foam layer from the board. For my new cover, I'm going to use this grid cotton fabric. Place the foam onto the fabric and then, using it as a template, mark around the foam with a water erasable pen or some tailor's chalk, making sure to add a 5 cm or 2 inch seam allowance all the way around. And then cut the ironing board cover out. Overlock or zigzag stitch along the entire raw edge of the fabric. And then fold and press the raw edge in about 2 cm or 3/4 of an inch. Stitch in place, making sure to leave a small opening to be able to thread some elastic through in a minute. Take some thin elastic and measure a length that is the same size as your ironing board. And then, using a safety pin, thread the elastic into the small opening. Once threaded all the way through, secure the 2 ends of elastic together with a zigzag stitch, and then sew the opening closed. And then simply place the foam and the new cover onto your ironing board. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a go at making any of these projects for yourself, then I would love to see them. So be sure to tag me at Rosery Apparel when you share your photos on Instagram, and subscribe to this channel for more sewing type videos like this one. Have a lovely day, and thanks for watching.